Hello students, welcome back to this course. So this is the Engineering Utilities 2 and I will be your instructor for this course. So we have lesson 2 which is plumbing materials, fittings and fixtures. So last time we discussed about plumbing, the basics ng plumbing since in plumbing we are dealing with pipes and fixtures. So i-discuss natin kung yung mga materials na kung saan gawa yung pipes, kung ano yung mga fittings na kailangan para ma-connect natin and fixtures. So, piping materials, pipe, first of all, pipe is a round, hollow channel used to transport liquids such as water or solid liquid mixtures such as wastewater from one point to the next. In a building plumbing system, pipes transport hot and cold water and remove liquid and solid wastes. Piping in buildings is also used in transporting natural and liquefied petroleum gases, fuel oil, compressed oil, refrigerants, and irrigation water. So, dito sa Pilipinas, hindi naman kasi uso yung hot and cold water. So, tap water lang ang dinadala ng plumbing systems natin. So, water pipe generally falls into one or of two categories. One is pressure pipe which delivers supply water or yung malinis na tubig. Ito yung mga maliliit na pipe na nakita natin. Yun yung pressure pipe. And drain, waste, and vent pipe or DWV pipe which carries waste and soil water away. So, ito yung malalaking pipe na nakita natin. So, pressure pipe must be heavy enough to hold continuous pressure without rupture, and all connections must be leak-proof. This pipe tends to be of smaller diameter, and it must be made of material that will not react with the chemicals or minerals in the water. That is why pressure pipes are mostly made of metal or copper in plumbing systems. So, ayan, ang pressure pipe po ay yung nagdadala ng malinis na tubig. Meanwhile, DWB pipe provides a channel for waste materials to flow freely away from fixtures and the buildings by the force of gravity. This is typically lighter weight with thinner walls than pressure pipe, and joints do not need to be as tightly sealed because there is no pressure exerted on them. DWV pipe is generally larger in size than pressure pipe to allow for free gravity flow, and it must not react to common chemicals that might be poured down a drain. And plastic and cast iron pipe are most common piping material for DWV. Okay, so I hope malinaw yun. So I have a table here which compares the common pipe materials for residential plumbing. So, meron tayong copper. Yung copper may be hard-tempered or soft-tempered. Yung hard-tempered is easier to work than steel with high water flow effectiveness. And yung pinagtutugtong-tugbungan or pinagdudugtong-dugtong yung copper using solder connections. And ang principal use nito is water supply, and it is most common pipe used in building plumbing systems. We also have the soft temper copper, which is easier to work than hard copper, and it bends readily using a bending tool. It has also high water flow effectiveness, and also it is the fittings used here for copper are solder connections or flare fittings. Ang common use nito or principal use nito is water supply, also like yung hard temper copper, and it is used for good use for remodeling. Meron din tayong black or galvanized steel, and ang ang application naman nito kailangan threaded siya, and it is more difficult to cut than copper, and ang measurement nito for jobs must be exact kasi mahirap kasi siyang putulin, kaya kailangan kung ano yung sukat mo, yun na yung bilhin mo. And it has lower water flow effectiveness than copper since mas mataas ang inner wall roughness nito. Mas smooth yung copper kaysa sa steel. And ang fittings na ginagamit dito is screw connections, and it is generally found in older buildings. This is recommended if lines are in location subject to impact since matibay siya. And we have the thermoplastic pipe. This is common to ngayon, thermoplastic pipe, usually sa residential since ito yung pinaka-cheap sa kanila. It is usually easily cut with saw or knife with high water flow effectiveness comparable to copper and comparable to hard-tempered copper and soft-tempered copper. So, ang common fittings nito is cement solvent welded or yung Vulcasil, and with insert couplings or clamps. At this is a good alternative to metal pipe. And this is the lightest, most flexible, but most brittle of all pipe materials. So, yung copper tubing natin is traditionally the most popular water supply pipe material. It is also used in water space heating or a hydronic system. Dito uso sa atin kasi mainit na sa Pilipinas eh. So, ang uso dito na application ng copper pipe and tubing is air conditioning and refrigeration system. It is also used for sanitary drainage, natural gas, and liquid petroleum gas piping. And the type of copper tubing available are K, L, and M, with K having the thickest walls, then L, then finally M, with the thinnest walls of this group. Types K and L are preferred for pressure applications, and type M R and DWV are used for low and no pressure applications. Since makapal nga yung type K and L, pwedeng-pwede siyang gamitin for high pressure. While since manipis yung type M, ito yung ginagamit sa DWV or drain, waste, and vent system. Okay, so dito tayo sa type K. Ang type K is used primarily for underground water service and water supply system. So kaya ginagamit yung type K kasi makapal nga yung walls niya. So kayang-kaya niya yung pressure ng underground water service. And this is color coded in green for quick visual identification. Yung type L naman is color coded blue. So this is most popular for use in water supply system. Kaya usually kung nakikita nating tubing pipes sa mga building plumbing system is kulay blue because ang ibig sabihin ng type L yun. Okay. And we also have yung type M which is used for branch supplies which water pressure is not too great pero pwede naman siya gamitin sa risers and mains. And this is also used for chilled water system, exposed lines in hot water heating systems, and drainage piping. And type M copper tubing is color-coded red. So, meron din tayong DWV tubing or drainage and waste and vent. Drain, waste, and vent tubing. And this is the thinnest copper tube and used for non-pressure applications. Since wastewater lang naman yung yung dinadala niya, and yung wastewater hindi naman siya pinapump, kaya hindi natin kailangan ng pressure. So, ang ginagamit lang para dumalo yung wastewater is gravity. So, pwedeng-pwede na itong DW tubing which is thin walled. And this is color-coded yellow. So, ito yung visual identification niya. So I have a table here which summarizes the commercially available copper tubing, yung tube type niya with color code, tapos yung typical application niya, and naka-state na rin dito yung mga sizes na kailangan niya in case kailangan niya ng calculation. So anyway, yung assignment natin ay may part 2 which has a calculation. Siguro hindi mo niya pa nakikita sa presentation na to or dun sa in-upload kong PowerPoint presentation kung paano i-solve yun. But I will upload the video kung paano i-solve yun. So, yun. Pa-wait na lang. And just follow the solutions na gagawin ko. Okay? So, we have the tube type K, which has a green color-coded green. And ang application nito is domestic water, service or distribution. Pwede rin siya sa fire protection. Pwede rin sa solar. Bakit solar? Kasi ang solar kasi gumagamit din siya ng water. Okay? Yung usually nakikita natin sa solar is yung solar panel, diretso na siya nakakabit sa battery. Pero may mga application kasi ng solar na ginagamit yung solar energy para initin yung tubig. Alam niyo naman 'pag uminit yung tubig magdadala na yun ng energy. So, yun, isa siyang application ng ng type K copper tube. Puwede rin siyang magdala ng fuel or fuel oil. Puwede rin siya sa HVAC or heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Puwede rin siya sa snow melting. So, hindi 'to uso sa'tin kasi wala namang snow sa Pilipinas. So, meron din tayong type L, which is color-coded blue, and this is used for domestic water service or distribution. Puwede rin siya sa fire protection, puwede rin siya sa solar, puwede rin siya sa fuel oil and LPG or liquid petroleum gas. Puwede rin siya sa snow melting. Then we also have type M. Ang kulay naman nito is red. This is also used for domestic water service or distribution. Puwede rin siya sa solar and fuel or fuel oil and HVAC. Puwede rin siya sa snow melting. And we have the DWV, yung na-discuss natin na huli kanina. Ang kulay naman nito is yellow. And this is used for drain, waste, and vent. And pwede rin sa solar and HVAC. So, bakit maraming solar doon? Kasi yung copper, remember that copper is a heat conductor. So, perfect talaga siya for solar application since yung init na nanggagaling sa sun, maa-absorb lahat ng copper. So, yung ACR, yung sunod naman nito is ACR. Ano ibig sabihin ng ACR? Air conditioning and refrigeration. Ang kulay naman nito ay blue. Ang application nito is air conditioning, refrigeration, and natural gas and liquid petroleum gas. Meron din tayo yung sunod ng ACR, Oxymed, Oxy-or-Med, Oxy-or-ACR, ACR-or-Med. And ang kulay naman nito is green for type K and blue for type L. Application nito is medical gas like oxygen. So, ibig sabihin ng OXY dito is oxygen. So, for medical application talaga siya. And meron din tayong lastly, type G. Ang kulay naman nito ay yellow and this is used for natural gas or liquid petroleum gas. So, itong na-discuss natin kanina hanggang DWV lang kasi yun yung ginagamit for residential plumbing, for building plumbing systems. Yung mga sumunod like ECR, Oxymed, type G, ginagamit na siya sa ibang application other than plumbing systems like air conditioning, medical gas, natural gas, mga hindi na water yung hinahandle nito. So, for mechanical engineers na ito. Okay? So we have brass pipe. So yung red brass piping consisting of approximately 85% copper and 15% zinc, and it is used for as water supply piping. And this pipe is threaded for fitting connections, but this required thicker walls to accommodate the threading, making installation and handling more difficult than for copper. And in addition, its relatively higher total cost installed on the job limits its usage. Brass piping has seen limited use in new construction. So, hindi naman natin masyadong problemahin yung mga standards ng pipe na to kasi hindi naman na siya ginagamit. Pero, at least we know. Okay? And we have the steel and iron pipe. So, siguro nakakita pa rin kayo sa mga linya ng nawad ng mga sa mga linya ng tubig ng mga steel and iron pipe. So, ginagamit pa rin siya hanggang ngayon. When steel is forged, meron tayong isang type ng steel and iron pipe which is called the black steel. So this happens when steel is forged and a black oxide scale forms on its surface that gives it a dull black finish, and as a result it is called black pipe. Because steel is subject to rust and corrosion, the pipe manufacturer also coats it with protective oil. Black pipe is most commonly used for natural gas supply lines and fire suppression sprinkler system lines. So, yung black pipe, hindi siya ginagamit for potable water. Ginagamit lang siya for natural gas, tsaka fire suppression sprinkler system lines. Yung mga sprinkler na nag-shower ng tubig kapag may fire. So, kasi ang steel pipe kasi minsan 'di ba 'pag nagkakalawang siya lumalasa sa tubig yung nagiging lasang kalawang yung tubig. So, hindi siya practical for drinking water. So, meron din tayong galvanized steel. So, yung galvanized 'di ba parang hindi siya healthy. So hindi rin 'to ginagamit for potable water. And it is covered with a protective coating of zinc that greatly reduces its tendency to corrode and thus extends its life expectancy. It is moderately corrosion resistant, moderate lang, and suitable for mildly acid water. It is not frequently used for water supply lines today because the minerals in the water react with the galvanizing material and form scale, which builds up over time and it will eventually clog the pipe. Meron din tayong wrought, wrought iron pipe, which is most commonly used for water supply and fire suppression sprinkler system. So, ito ginagamit na rin sa water supply. Occasionally, it is used for as the service main from the community main to the riser. And we also have the iron pipe, which is commonly used in gravity building and storm or drain sewer systems. Okay? So, meron din tayong thermoplastic pipe. Ito yung madalas natin makita sa residential plumbing kasi mura nga naman kasi yung plastic pipes. Pero, ang downside naman nito, this is brittle, mas madali siyang masira. So, thermoplastic pipe, sometimes referred to as simply as plastic pipe, is used for water supply systems because of its economy and ease of installation, and it makes it popular especially on projects such as low cost housing or apartments where cost economy is important. A variety of thermoplastics are used for pipe and fittings and building plumbing systems. So meron ako ditong table which summarizes the types of thermoplastic pipe materials. So meron tayong yung kung anong pangalan niya, then characteristics, meron kung paano siya gino-join, may color, then uses. So, meron tayong unang-una, ABS or acrylonitrile butadiene styrene, which is rigid and joined by solvent loop welding. So, ang kulay nito, this is color-coded black and used for DWV, sewer and drain pipe and tubular parts. Meron din tayong CPVC. Siguro madalas yung marinig PVC pipe, 'di ba? And this is colored beige, yung medyo orange, 'yun. Madalas niyo itong makita. And this is rigid and heat resistant. This is joined by solvent welding also. Ang application nito is hot and cold water supply tubes for indoors and buried. Meron din tayong PV or polybutylene and which is flexible and heat resistant also. And it is joined with by mechanical couplings. Ang kulay nito pwedeng gray, pwedeng beige, or pwedeng blue. And sa bagay, sa pipes kasi nakasulat naman kung anong materials nila. Kung titingnan niyo ng maigi, nakasulat naman sa mismong tube kung anong material niya. Kung CPVC ba, kung ABS, kung PB. Usually nakikita ko PB, polybutylene, o kaya PE. So, ang application naman nito is hot and cold water supply tubes for indoors and buried and also for riser tubes. Meron din tayong PE or polyethylene which is also flexible and low cost. Ang ginagamit dito for joining is clamp couplings. Ang kulay nito pwedeng black or pwedeng milky white and it is used for cold water only. For cold water only, outer piping na buried. Next, meron tayong PEX or cross-linked polyethylene. Parang improved version ng PE or polyethylene. Flexible din siya, tsaka heat resistant. Yung PE kasi hindi siya heat resistant eh. Kasi for water only siya. And it is joined by mechanical couplings. Ang kulay nito, colored, kahit ano siguro, no? Colored. Then, it is used for hot and cold water supply tubes for indoors and for riser tubes. Then we have PP or polypropylene, which is semi-rigid with high heat and chemical resistance and joined by slip jam nut couplings. Ang kulay nito usually is beige. Ang application nito is tubular drainage products for fixtures. Okay. Lastly, di pa na, second to the last, we have PVC or polyvinyl chloride, which is rigid with high chemical resistant and joined by solvent welding. Ang kulay nito pwedeng white, pwedeng gray, pwedeng beige, and many others. Siguro depende to kung anong laman, kung anong dinadala niyang substance. Kaya iba-iba yung kulay. So, ang application nito, DWB for sewer, for drain pipe, cold water bird pressure pipe, or tubular goods. So, ito yung PVC, yung usually nakakabit sa drain ng mga lababo natin or yung drain ng mga toilet. So we have S or RS styrene or rubber styrene, which is rigid or low cost and joined by solvent welding. Kulay nito pwedeng black or milky white, and this is primarily used for drain pipe outdoors and board. Okay. So napag-usapan na natin yung mga materials kanina like copper tubing, steel and iron pipes, tapos meron din tayong thermoplastic pipe. Pwede rin naman yung composite pipe, yung gawa sa iba't ibang pinagsama-samang materials ng pipe. So, ano naman application nito? Composite pipe is a flexible pipe material that is constructed of an aluminum tube laminated between two layers of polyethylene thermoplastic. So, tube siya na made of aluminum. Sa loob niya, merong polyethylene thermoplastic. Sa labas, meron ding polyethylene thermoplastic. So, I hope na imagine nyo. Tube, meron siyang, nababalot siya sa loob, nababalot pa siya sa labas. So, ito, meron na tayong PLP pipe is an aluminum tube laminated between two layers of PE plastic. So, PE, aluminum, PE. It carries long-term pressure and temperature ratings of 200 psi at 73 Fahrenheit and 160 psi or pounds per square inch at 140 degree Fahrenheit, which is approved for use in cold water and compressed air application. PLP pipe is color-coded dark blue. Meron din tayo PEX Alpex or PEX pipe, which is aluminum tube laminated between two layers of temperature resistant PEX plastic. And the cross-linking of PE means that the molecular chains are linked into a three-dimensional network that makes PEX remarkably durable within a wide range of temperatures, pressures, and chemicals. It is color-coded orange, light blue, or black. Siguro depende sa material na dinadala. Okay? So, meron din tayong clay and concrete pipe. So, na-discuss natin to sa history of plumbing, di ba, na yung pinakaunang material na ginamit sa pipe is terracotta or baked clay. So, yung clay pipe na pinag-uusapan natin dito is made from vertified clay. Concrete pipe is cast from concrete. These pipes are traditionally used for sewage, industrial waste, stormwater, and drain field application. Concrete pipe is also used as large water supply pipe. These materials are not commonly used in building plumbing systems. Okay? So, na-discuss na natin lahat ng materials ng pipes. Pag-usapan naman natin yung pipe fittings. Bakit kailangan natin ng pipe fittings? Pwede naman nating baliin na lang yung tube. First of all, hindi pwede yun. Kasi, like copper tube, paano kung kailangan mo ng 90-degree bend na maliit lang yung distance na kailangan mo, as in sobrang maliit lang ng pagka-curve niya, edi mababali siya, pwede siyang maputol, pwedeng lumiit yung diameter doon sa part kung saan nag-bend. So, kailangan natin ng proper na pipe fittings. Okay? Hindi mo rin pwedeng baliin yung plastic. Tsaka steel. Kasi matigas yun. So, a variety of fittings must be used to connect pipe lengths and make all the pipe turns, branch lines, couplings that join the straight runs and stops at the end of the runs. So, first, meron tayong elbows. So, yung elbows, pwede siyang 45 degrees usually or 90 degrees. And they are angular fittings used to change the direction of supply pipe. On a sanitary drainage system, a sanitary bend makes a more gradual turn to prevent blockage. Ito yung sanitary bend, yung sa ilalim ng lababo, di ba may bend dun? Parang ganun. So, meron din tayong T. Yung T's are used in a supply system when a line must branch off at a straight run. A reducing T allows different pipe sizes to be joined together in a supply system. Sanitary T and sanitary Y are T-like fittings used in sanitary drainage systems that make a more gradual turn to prevent blockage. Okay? So, ito yung itsura ng couplings. Couplings are used to join straight runs of pipes. A union join straight runs of pipes, but also allows the pipe to be more easily disconnected when future piping revisions are expected or equipment needs to be replaced. So, meron din tayong reducer, which is a straight fitting used to decrease the diameter of a pipe in a water supply system. So, kailangan mo galing ka sa malaking pipe, paliliitin mo ng paliliitin yung linya, gagamit ka ng reducer. An increaser, ito naman yung galing ka sa maliit, papunta ka sa malalaking pipe, gagamit ka ng increaser. It is a straight fitting used to increase the diameter of a pipe in a sanitary drainage system. So, meron din tayong adapter, sir. So, parang coupling din siya. So, anong use ng adapter? So, kung sa kuryente, kailangan natin ng adapter para masaksak natin sa saksakan yung hindi naman tugma, yung iba yung itsura ng outlet dun sa pangsaksak, kailangan natin ng adapter. So, sa plumbing naman, ginagamit yung adapter for when threaded pipe is being connected to copper or thermoplastic. So, magkaibang material ng pipe, kung i-connect natin sila, kailangan natin ng adapter. Adapters have one threaded end to accommodate threaded pipe. So, sa isang side niya, pwedeng threaded pipe, siguro steel pipe pwede doon kasi usually yung steel pipe is threaded. Tapos yung kadurugtong niya, pwedeng copper pipe, pwedeng PVC pipe. Okay? So, dito naman tayo sa valves. So, ano naman yung valves? Valves are used to control the flow of water throughout the system. Para siyang sa kuryente, para siya yung switch on and off. Okay? So, valves also regulate the flow to deliver the appropriate quantity of water and reduce water consumption. In building plumbing systems, there are usually valves at risers or yung vertical pipe serving the building, yung pinaka main line, yun, yung riser, or yung branches or yung horizontal pipe serving the fixtures. Pag vertical, riser; pag horizontal, branches. And pipes to individual fixtures or equipment. Okay? So, meron tayong iba't ibang klase ng valves. Yung una is gate valve. Itong gate valve is manual valve that has a wedge-shaped leaf that, when closed, seals tightly against two metal seals and are set at slight angles. This type of valve is usually used where the flow of water is left either completely open or closed for most of the time. So, meron tayong picture dito ng gate valve. Ito yung itsura ng gate valve, which is partly open. Ang use ng gate valve, pang open close lang. Hindi siya pwedeng pang regulate. Kung i-close mo, i-close mo. Kung i-open mo, i-open mo. So, kaya gate valve ang tawag. Okay? So, meron din tayong globe valve. So, yung globe valve naman, compared sa gate valve, mas may control ang globe valve. Because a globe valve is a manual compression type valve commonly used where there is occasional or periodic use such as lavatories or faucets and hose connections called hose beams. This type of valve regulates the flow of water. So, I have a picture here of a globe valve. So, makikita nyo. Pag inikot natin yung parang manibela dyan, yung handle, tataas yung stopper dito sa baba. Tataas or bababa siya according to your will. Kaya makokontrol natin yung flow ng water. So, meron din tayong wall valve. Yung wall valve is also a type of globe valve in a sense kasi pareho sila nagre-regulate ng flow ng water. So, this is a manual valve that has a ball with a hole through it that is mounted between two seats. When the ball hole is in line with the valve opening, full flow of water occurs. At 90-degree rotation of the ball causes the valve to be fully closed. So, may picture rin ako dito ng wall valve. So, I think na-imagine nyo naman kung paano siya nag-ooperate. So, pag inikot yung handle dito, unti-unting masasara yung opening niya. Pero 'pag ganyan, 'pag parallel sa tube yung direksyon ng handle, 100% open siya. So, makakadaan yung water. So, 'pag perpendicular naman sa pipe yung handle, close siya, 90 degrees close. So, hindi makakadaan yung water. So, kapag inikot mo siya ng konti yung paunti-unti, unti-unti ding masasara yung hole dito sa ball. Kaya makokontrol mo yung water flow. Okay. We also have yung angle valve. So, ang angle valve is a manual valve similar in operation to the globe valve, utilizing the same principle of compressing a washer against a metal seat to cut the flow of water. It is commonly used for outside hose bibs. So, para itong angle valve na to, kaya sinabing angle kasi meron siyang dalawang opening, which are perpendicular to each other. So, ang application naman nito is similar siya sa globe valve, um which can also control the flow of water. Okay. Then we have the check valve. So ang check valve naman is ang purpose nito is to allow the flow of water in the direction desired and prevents the flow in other direction. So, ang use nito para hindi na bumalik yung tubig, para hindi na mag-backflow. So, meron tong dalawang type, pwedeng swing type, ganito nasa picture. Pag ang flow ng water is from your left to right, mapupush niya yung seat, yung hinge, mapupush niya yung seat, tapos makakadaan yung water. Pero pag kabaligtaran, since yung hinge is isang direction lang siya iikot, so hindi na babalik yung tubig, hindi siya magba-backflow. Puwede rin naman yung spring type, instead na hinge yung ginamit, spring. So, 'pag in the direction ng spring, opposite ng direction ng spring, puwede siya mag-flow. Pero 'pag in the direction ng stretch ng spring, hindi siya magfo-flow. Okay. I hope na-gets niyo 'yun. Okay, so last topic, we have the plumbing fixtures. So, ano naman yung plumbing fixtures? A plumbing fixture is an approved receptacle, device, or appliance that uses water and discharges wastewater, such as water closet, urinal, faucet, shower, dishwasher, drinking fountain, hose connection, hose bib, water heater, water softener, underground sprinkler, hot tub, spa, and clothes washer. So, basically, anything na device or appliance na gumagamit ng piping system. Okay? So, magkaroon tayo ng konting examples. Yung first example natin is water closet or toilet. So, yung water closet is a plumbing fixture that serves as an indoor receptacle and removal system for human waste. Although this fixture is commonly called the toilet or commode, the building code specifically refers to it as water closet. So, yung water closet natin or toilet, meron tayong iba't ibang classification yan. Yung una, classified siya according kung ilang pieces siya. So, yung una, meron siyang 1 piece, merong two piece. Yung 2 piece is magkahiwala yung water tank tsaka yung toilet seat. Yung 1 piece, magkasama sila. Magkasama yung in 1 piece yung water tank tsaka yung toilet seat. Meron din naman tayong floor mounted tsaka wall mounted na toilet seats. Nakalagay naman dito sa picture. Pag floor mounted, sa floor siya nakakabit. Pag wall mounted, hindi masyadong common tong wall mounted. Pero, yan. Wall mounted is nakakabit siya sa wall. So, a flush tank, water closet. So, yung examples pala natin kanina, we are assuming na yung toilet is may flush. Okay? So, a flush tank water closet has a water tank as part of the fixture. As the handle or button on the water closet is pushed, it lifts the valve in the tank, releasing the water to flush out the bowl. Then, when the handle is released, the valve drops and the tank fills through a tube attached to the bottom of the tank. This type of water closet cannot be effectively flushed again until the tank is refilled. So, ito yung flush tank, yung water closet na may tank. Meron din tayong flush valve water closet. Ito naman, wala siyang tank. Gaya nung example natin, ito, sa example natin, yung unang dalawa, yung una, yung 2 piece tsaka 1 piece, ito yung flush tank. Yung flush valve naman, wala siyang tank. Pwede siyang floor mounted, pwede siyang wall mounted. So, yung flush valve water closet naman have no tank to supply water. Instead, when the handle is pushed, the water to flush the bowl comes directly from the water supply system at a high rate of flow. So, saan nanggaling yung tubig niya? Directly from the water supply system. Meanwhile, yung sa flush tank, galing sa tank niya. Okay. When used, it is important that the water supply system be designated to supply the high flow required. Okay? So, meron din tayong urinals. Ito naman is common naman to um, sa washrooms ng mga boys. So, yung urinals, meron din tayong iba't ibang type. These are plumbing fixtures that are commonly used in public restrooms where it is desirable to reduce possible contamination of the water closet seals. And urinals are available as flush tank or flush valve fixtures. So, dito sa picture natin, ang urinals pala puwede rin siyang flush tank, puwede rin siyang flush valve. So, dito sa picture natin, meron tayong iba't ibang klase ng installation ng urinals. Puwede tayong wall hang, which is, ito yung nasa CR siguro ng mga lalaki sa CSPC. So, wall hang. Meron din tayong stall, ganito yung itsura niya, and yung pedestal. Okay. And meron din tayong waterless urinal. So, a waterless urinal is a urinal that is specifically engineered to eliminate potable water consumption for urinal flushing. So, mas cost effective kasi hindi niya ginagamit yung potable water. Okay? It looks very much like a conventional urinal except that the flush valve and piping that is normally positioned above the fixtures is omitted. Yan. Okay? So, meron tayong bidet. Ang basa niyan is bidet, not bidet. And I know ibang-iba yung bidet na nakikita niyo sa picture kaysa dun sa bidet na common nating familiar tayo, yung handheld na bidet. So, isang klase din yun ng bidet. But for this, we will discuss this. Bidets are personal hygiene plumbing fixtures used for genital and perineal cleanliness. It is typically used after using the water closet. The bidet is not designated or intended to carry away solid human waste. It is installed alongside the water closet. The user sits on the fixture facing the wall and the water controls and is cleansed by the rinsing spray. So, I think sa itsura nito, magigets siya naman kung paano siya ginagamit. So, personally, mas convenient gamitin yung handheld bidet kasi dyan. Okay? We also have the bathtubs, and these are plumbing fixture used for bathing. Then we have showers. So these are I have a picture here which shows the parts, the basic anatomy of a shower. So may mga shower na gumagamit ng shower head. Yung shower head is an overhead nozzle that sprays water down on the bather. Shower fittings may be placed over bathtubs instead of having a separate shower space. This is commonly done in residences, apartments, and motels. Okay? So, usually, minsan yung shower head is placed over bathtubs instead of having a separate shower space. Pero, minsan, may separate shower space like this picture. So, meron din tayong hand shower which is a shower head attached to the end of a flexible hose which the bather can hold during bathing and showering. Then, meron din tayong, kung may shower, kailangan natin ng shower surrounds. Gaya nito, may wall siya, di ba? So, the shower surrounds cover the walls that enclose a shower stall. The shower enclosure consists of glass panels, either framed or frameless. It is used to enclose bathtubs, shower modules, shower receptors, and custom tiled showering spaces. Okay, so And lastly, we have the receptor or shower pan that is a shallow basin used to catch and contain water in the bottom of a showering space. So, hindi siya nakapicture dito sa sa sample natin. Pero ma-imagine nyo siguro kung anong itsura ng receptor or shower pan. Okay? Then, we have the lavatories. Yung lavatory, in Tagalog, lababo. Pero iba po yung lavatory sa lababo na ginagamit for washing dishes. Ang tawag naman doon sink. Yung lavatory naman, ang main purpose nito is for personal hygiene or for washing your hands. Lavatories are available in a large variety of sizes and the shapes are usually square, rectangular, round, or oval. The lavatory may be wall hang, set on legs. So, ito na, nasa picture natin, pwedeng corner or floor, wall or floor mounted, set on a stand, or built into a cabinet. Lavatory styles are commonly classified as flush mount, self-framing, under counter, integral, or as units that can be wall hung or supported on legs. So, meron din tayong sink. So, sabi ko nga kanina, iba yung sink sa lavatory. Pero in Tagalog, pareho silang lababo. So, kitchen sinks are most commonly made of enameled cast iron or stainless steel. Waste disposal is typically connected to one of the sink drains. Kitchen sinks are generally flush mounted into a plastic laminate or into a composition plastic counter. So, ang pinagkaiba ng yung main difference ng lavatory tsaka sink is yung lavatory, usually ano siya, ceramic. Yung sink naman usually is metal, cast iron, or stainless steel. A utility or service sink has a deep fixed basin that is supplied with hot and cold water and is used for rinsing mops and disposing cleaning water. They are often called as slop sinks or mop sinks. Okay, meron din tayong type ng sink. Bukod sa kitchen sink, meron din tayong sink na tinatawag natin utility or service sink. So, ito naman is ginagamit para linisin yung rinsing mops or disposing cleaning water. Okay? Then, meron tayong laundry tubs and trays. Hindi naman kasi ito uso sa Pilipinas kasi usually, ginagamit natin? Planggana, di ba? So, yung laundry tubs naman or sometimes called trays are a large deep sink used in laundry rooms. Okay? Then, we have the drinking fountains and water coolers. Isa rin tong klase ng fixture. So, drinking fountain offer users a limitless supply of drinking water at any location where water and sanitary drainage are readily available. Water coolers can deliver 8 gallons per hour or 30 liters per hour or more of chilled drinking water. They require connections to power, water, and drainage. So, meron tayong ganito sa CSPC. I don't know kung ginagamit nyo pa. So, drinking fountains and water coolers are available in wall-mounted and floor units. Drinking fountains and water coolers should not be installed in public restrooms. Okay? So, meron din tayong other fixtures, yung mga binanggit ko. Examples lang yun. Meron din tayong ibang fixtures like emergency fixtures like eye face washes. Ginagamit to for laboratory, for chemical laboratories more specifically. And drench showers, decontamination units, portables, and accessories designed for use wherever hazardous substances are present. Other types of fixtures include baptisteries, ornamental ponds, fountains, and aquariums. Okay, that will be our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed learning. And you can refer dito sa book na nakasulat dito if you want additional information. So, thank you for listening and enjoy learning engineering utilities too.